Hey guys, welcome in and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mary here. If you guys are interested in seeing how I completed this look here, stay tuned and keep on watching. Alright, so we're going to get started. The foundation that I'm going to use today is going to be the Yves Saint Laurent All Hours foundation. I have the shade BD65. So I'm going to apply this on my hand first, and then I'm going to use my Sonia Cashew sponge to apply this all over. Comment down below what your favorite sponge is to apply makeup. A lot of people like this one. I like the sponge itself, but I personally hate how big it is. I truly dread how big this sponge is. It'd be in the way. So I'm gonna apply this all over. Now I have several foundations right now that do not match me, and I haven't purchased. I've been on like a foundation strike, like not purchasing the foundation, because I'm trying to use all of the foundations that I have right now, but at this point, like, none of them are matching me. So I'm about to have to buy some new foundations, but for now I'm gonna make this one work. This bump right here, it just won't let me be great, and I don't understand. I don't understand why my skin just wants to randomly break out all the time. So not fun, and I truly hate it. All right, so because I didn't color correct, I'm gonna go in with my MAC concealer in NT45, the Pro Longwear concealer. I'm gonna use a little bit of this under my eye before I use my highlight concealer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and color correct. This one isn't actually a color corrector, but it's dark enough for me to neutralize before I actually highlight. Yeah, you guys can tell what that did. And I usually try to color correct my mouth a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer as well and put it around my mouth area. My mouth is usually a little darker. All right, so now that I warmed up my jawline with the deeper or warmer concealer to kind of balance it out, now I'm gonna highlight. So I am going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. You know, this is just a long name for a concealer. I have the shade Cookie. I'm gonna put this under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, and the center of my forehead. Now, I've gotten questions like, lately when I freelance, I've been doing complexion first versus eyes, and people are like, why are you doing complexion first versus the eyes? Because I feel like I want the skin to be more perfected, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't take me long to do eyes depending on the eye look that you're going for, and I just feel like I get a cleaner application when I spend more time on complexion versus on the eyes. Now, if I'm doing a very intense eye look that requires glitter or anything that may fall out and mess up the complexion, then I'll do it first. But for the most part, I personally prefer doing my complexion first. And then I notice in doing my complexion first, I get softer eyebrows when I fill in my eyebrows. They aren't as harsh or dark. So I've just been enjoying how that looks. Now this concealer, if you haven't purchased this concealer yet, like what are you waiting on? This concealer is amazing. It is a full coverage creamy concealer. It blends out beautifully. And you do not have to work hard. Like the coverage on this concealer is, as you can see, amazing. So I definitely recommend purchasing this concealer if you've been on the fence. Then I definitely would. All right. Now that I've done that, now I'm going to go in and warm up my face. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Chestnut. And I'm going to use that to warm up my face. I'm going to put this on the back of my hand. And I'll probably go in with a brush to blend this out. I'm going to use this flat foundation brush. It's a BH Cosmetics brush. And I'm just going to begin to warm up my forehead. So naturally we are darker around the perimeter of our forehead. So in order to bring the balance back in, because most times when you match your foundation, it's going to match the center of your face and not the perimeter. In order to prevent it from looking really like light here, it's going to bring a better contrast and dimension back into your face. So starting as far back in the hairline, I begin to blend my bronzing shade for contouring. It's just that this shade is more for warmth versus like really structuring out the face. So this is like a bronzing color for me. Now I am doing the technique of contouring as far as placement, but this actual shade is a bronzing shade. Now I'm doing stamping motions because that builds up the coverage in the product. And that also helps me to avoid streaks with using a brush like this. Like so. I'm sculpting out the face. Now I'm going to go in with this flat Real Techniques brush. It's called Instapop Shade Brush, but I'm going to take a little bit more of that bronzing shade and I'm just going to sweep this down the sides of my nose to slightly, like softly contour. After I do that, I usually go back in with my sponge to diffuse any harsh lines. All right. Now another thing. This is a Lancome translucent powder that I've never used. And I want to try this one. Let's see. Hopefully this isn't a disaster. But I'm going to try this one and see. I'll give you guys a little review on this. It's the Lancome Long Time No Shine Translucent Powder. Put some in the cap. I'm so scared. I'm used to my Laura Mercier. Alright. Blend out any creases that may have happened as I was waiting. Alright, I'm going to go in with this sponge. Put a little bit down the center of my nose and the center of my forehead. So I used about the same amount that I typically would use with the Laura Mercier. And we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to leave that there for now. And hopefully it's not a disaster. Hopefully it's not a disaster. Alright, now for my brows. I'm going to go in with the Morphe Chocolate Mousse Eyebrow Pencil to fill in my eyebrows. I'm going to just speed through this part because y'all ain't going to sit through a 45-minute to an hour video anyway. Alright, now that I've done those, I'm going to use my concealer as my base prior to doing my eyeshadow. And this is just the remaining concealer on my arm from the Too Faced and the leftover from the matte concealer. And I'm just going to use that as a base all over my eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of that translucent powder just to kind of set and lock that in place on my eyelids before I start my eyeshadow. If you ladies have not picked up this eyeshadow palette yet, what are you guys waiting for? This palette is amazing. The pigmentation is bomb. The blendability is bomb. The tones are bomb. Just everything about it. It's just bomb, pretty much. So I'm going to go in. I honestly don't know. I'm just going to freestyle and see what I come up with. I don't really have an exact look in mind, but we're going to see. Yeah, just follow along with me. We're going to see what we come up with. So in my crease, I do know in my crease, I'm going to go in with ginger. So taking my fluffy, this is actually one of the eyeshadow brushes, well, the eyeshadow brush that comes with the eyeshadow palette. So if you ever get any of the Anastasia eyeshadow palettes, it will come with one of these brushes, which I actually really, really like. And a lot of times I honestly create an eyeshadow look just with the one eyeshadow brush. It's a really beautiful transition shade. All right, now on the outer corner, I'm going to go in with, let me use edges. I'm going to go in with edges. Yeah, I'm just doing like a stamping motion. I'm not really sweeping it. I'm building up the color first in the corners. I like that. Okay, I'm just wiping off my brush. I'm gonna go back in to ginger and like diffuse that over top. Okay. Okay. I was trying to read the name of this shade I want to put on my lid. It's called Dwellers. I guess it's supposed to be dollars. Dwellers. So I'm going to go in with, you know what? No. I want to go in with Zam. I'm going to go in with that shade on my lid. But I'm going to spray my brush because that one is very shimmery. And it does give you a little fallout. So I'm just going to spray my brush, pick up that shade. I might end up using my finger, and I'm just going to pat this on like so. You guys can see that. And although you can't see that, I'm going to go in with my ring finger. Just to make that pop a little bit more. It's a really, really, really pretty shade. I think when I first swatched this palette, this is the shade that actually sold me. When I first swatched it, I was like, oh, I gotta have this palette. Yep. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. All right, so now I want to take a little bit of, all right, I'm going to take this little, it's like a lip brush that came in a brush set that I got years ago. I'm going to spray that, and I think I want to use a Trust Issues in my inner tear duct. Oh yeah, that's cute. Okay. My waterline, I'm gonna go in with ginger first, and then I'm gonna deepen it. I love an under eye, like a smoky under eye, so I'm gonna smudge a little bit of this. That is with ginger. Now I'm gonna go in with edges. Yes. All right, sis. Trying to figure out what lashes I'm gonna put on for y'all. I'm gonna go put my lashes on, and I'm gonna be right back. Okay. All right, ladies, I am back with the lashes on. I put on my dramatic fluffy long lashes that I order off of Aliexpress. I still don't remember the name of these lashes. But yeah, I decided to put these ones on without doing a top liner because I don't want to take away from like my glitter looks. I'm going to go in my waterline now with the Morphe eyeliner pencil. And again, because I like my under eye smoky, after I do that, I like to take my shadow. I'm probably going to go in with one of the darker shades in this same Jackie Aina palette. I'm going to go into Credit, and now I'm going to blend that or gently set my under eye liner. All right, now that we let that powder set, I'm gonna brush that powder off. See what I'm left with this powder. Not too bad, not too bad. I actually like how the powder set and like blurred a little bit. So okay, Lancome. I'm gonna go in with my lip bar bronzer. I have the shade Just Got Paid, and I'm going to set where I bronzed with my cream concealer. Or kit using the shade Sculpt, and I'm going to lay that over the bronzer just because it adds a little warmth that the bronzer doesn't have. The bronzer is more red tone. This one has a little bit more of an orangey tone to it. So I like the color, the wash of color that this gives, especially with what I put on my eyes. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that. All right. After I do my powders, before I do my lips, I do like to spray down my face. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use the last little bit of my MAC Fix Plus that I have. I haven't used this in a while. Okay. Now for my lips, I'm gonna go in with the NYX lip pencil. This is in the shade Downtown Beauty. Oops. Let me sharpen this pencil again because I just broke the point. I'm gonna use this Kat Von D lipstick in the shade Lovecraft. I do like those two tones together. I feel like I need to put a little blush on now. Before I do that, I'm gonna put a little mascara on my bottom lashes.
This is the NARS Climax mascara. I couldn't find my smaller.
Now for my cheeks, I'm gonna go in with this soft pink Dior blush that I have. I don't know the name of it, but I'm gonna add a little bit of this blush on my cheek since I went with a more pinky lip. Oh, that's pretty. And I brought those tones together. Just a tad bit extra. I'm going to put a little bit of my NARS lip gloss on. This is, you know, I can't even pronounce the name of this. I will comment down below. Yeah. Uh-oh. That's pretty. Alright ladies, this is the finished look here. I hope that you guys like. Make sure that you comment down below what it is that you guys would like to see next. If you aren't following me over on IG, make sure to do so at Mary Elizabeth Artistry. And thank you ladies again so much for clicking on my channel. If you haven't already, make sure that you click that subscribe button so that way you can stay tuned with all future uploads. And comment down below, let me know what it is that you ladies would like to see. That way I can provide the perfect content for you guys. Thank you guys again so much for joining me and have a blessed day. Bye.